What's good, you guys? This is Eric with OzoneTCG. Today we're taking a look at some Albaz Strike, Adventure Albaz replays versus Swordsoul Tenyi. We're going to have 5 matches for you guys today, just to kind of see the different interactions, how Albaz does versus Swordsoul, and how Swordsoul does versus Albaz. If you guys like the video, guys, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get right on into it. Alright, so it looks like Albaz is going to go first. This is someone on OzoneTCG versus one of our friends. And let's see, so unfortunately no real plays to get to fusions. We do have Brandon Red, but that's not going to be enough. And then the Swordsoul player has Valor, Impermanence, and Nibiru, which is going to be huge. So they can go Verte here, and they might actually go for that. Obviously, the Valor and Impermanence are going to be huge right now. Let's see. Alrighty. Yep, met with Nibiru, Negate, and then Valor. Yeah, that card's insane. Just the 2 hand traps this format is enough to kill a lot of decks. I think it might have been a little bit smarter to keep the Valor in hand, just so you could go into 5 racks, because you can go Ashuna, Special Summon, Moye, or if you wanted to place around Valor, you know, in case they had it, or even something like Ghost, or you just normal summon Valor and then go into 5 racks from there. I wouldn't say it's entirely the worst play, though, to use that Valor, because Impermanence is generally stronger. And so from here, they're literally just going to go Moye. So, not good. It's going to be met with Valor. And that is a chunky token. This is kind of crazy. Okay, that's been comedy. Yeah, so Dracobat can actually equip itself to the Nibiru token, and it can still bounce the Nibiru token, which is nice. I feel like you would kill the Moye. Yeah. Some misclicks here, yeah, just to get the right of Aaron Nasir. I feel like it would have been better to actually get Griffin, though. Oh, excuse me, Griffin was in the graveyard. Never mind. Go ahead and go. Yeah, that was probably just the best play. And because you don't control an adventure token, so he's going to kill them anyway. So Moye take 300, and then Nibiru take 15. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a misclick on that end. Okay. Yeah, not bad. And then Ashuna will activate. Yeah, and then go Fishuda, another Monk, or Shaman. Theoretically, go Shaman if you get the target, or you just leave Hara on there if you had it. There was a bunch of lag on DB today. So, okay. Yeah, you kind of have to just pass, which is okay. Then you go Dracobat, which again is fine, but not seeing any branded openings or Aliber does hurt a lot. Feel like it would have been better to go maybe into, I don't know, maybe Link Spider. I think they play Link Spider, and then from there, yeah, and so then the Adhara, yeah, afterward you just combo, and so the Albaz player is just like, let's go ahead and just go to game 2. So they're gonna go first. I don't think they open up well this game. Let's see. D barrier. This sucks with drawing Celestial, but it happens playing all these, and then they just have all gas. The Swordsoul player. This is so good. Even through D barrier, yeah. Even with that, it's just insane. You just get so many advantages. Probably would have gone Moye first, but that's okay because next turn they can just do whatever they want. That would be met with Impermanence, cross out. Did they? Oh, they did. Oh, okay, they meant to chain Brandon. Okay, instead of cross out. Okay, fair enough. All right. And they knew they were on Discord together, talking on Discord. Okay. Yep. Alrighty, and then Impermanence actually doesn't resolve properly, so you can still use crossouts. So that's they're protecting against Ash, Valor, Ogre, and Nibiru. You can get an Irritate from here, which you can kill everything. This is where Albion actually comes in. This card is insane now. I didn't think it was super good. I still played at least one in some of my other variants, but I actually might just play 3. This card is absolutely insane, especially if you're playing the Fright first stuff, because you can just mill Branded Condemnation or Branded Sword, and you just add back so many cards. I think this may become standard in the TCG. It's insane. And it comes following with Albaz in the graveyard, so you can fuse that from your graveyard, shuffling it into the deck, or banishing it from the graveyard for Lubellion or Albion the Branded Dragon. And so it doesn't become an upstart here, but you do get Branded Red back. We're going to have a couple of different variants. There's actually a version that Sean's been working on that I'm really curious to test, and it includes 3 branded loss. It's really interesting. You guys will see that in another video, though. For right now, we're just going to worry about the adventure version. Yep. Yeah, and phase, this is to play around. Battle honestly probably could have gone something else like Branded Opening. I don't think it matters too much, but it is still dead. And I think they actually break this, because they do have everything. They should have gone Branded Opening to get Adlib into the graveyard, and then have Owlbear or another Despian Tragedy on the field, and then Despian Tragedy could search for Despian Comedy. Definitely would have been the better play. And I think it was correct to do that, not to play around Ghost Spell game, even game 2, because the Swordsoul player was going second. So really, you could. I don't know if it was better though. I think they do play that, and because of that, they actually lost the match. So we're gonna go ahead and go into that. That was the first match. Swordsoul Tenyi took it. We're gonna go into match 2 now. So it looks like Albaz is going first again. And let's see what they open. Okay, unfortunately, another brick. Let's go and see what they do. Oh no, the Swordsoul player is going first. Okay. So no interruption here. They just have the Tenyi combo. I mean, pretty standard. Lordon, Despot 001. And then UZ. Destroy. They're going to get Taya. Actually, Bastia, the level 8 Yang Zing Synchro versus this deck is pretty strong, because it does turn off Lubellion, which is really good, especially when you start off with branded Fusion. So they have to kind of force them to have the adventure stuff to balance that, and then sometimes you just have the cards anyway, like, I don't know, Blackout to destroy the token, and Fateful Adventure. So they drew into Ash, so they're going against, Nibiru doesn't matter too much, but Ash, Valor, Blackout, and Qishao. Really, really strong plays, and that was just a bluff there. I don't know if there's a great way to play around this, but you can go Wandering Griffin Rider, and then summon. That's probably going to be with Qishao, yep. And then, let's see if we go next. Okay, Raz. Destroy those. That's not awful. Yeah, you just kind of go Brandon Red. Okay. I would have gone Branded and Red here to go ahead and get that. So end phase basically does the same thing. Go and banish those two. I don't necessarily agree with that. Maybe they're doing the ad-lib play for next turn. I think that was the idea. Okay, that's not awful. No, not Ash there, because then you would just go Valor on Jester, Fae, draw, Branded Fusion, which they do. Wow. Okay. Then you just have Ash anyway. Now with Ash, cross out, boom. Yeah, the card's insane. I think you play cross out even in the non-adventure versions. You could at least. Get to see the Albion play again. I absolutely love that card. It was basically awful with Dawn of Majesty, but now it's absolutely insane because of Branded Retribution and Branded Sword. Just being able to set those every single turn is insane. We're going to have a Tri-Brigade deck that actually uses that both post Albaz structure deck and post Power of the Elements. Tri-Brigade actually gets really strong post Power of the Elements because of a Link 1. So we're going to go ahead and show that off pretty soon, probably within the next week or so. And it uses some of the new Albaz cards for free discard fodder. The Courier is really nice in Tri-Brigade. That's going to be met with that. Chain, okay. Failure. Okay. Oh, I think they wanted to go back because there's a better play. They knew all the cards in hand. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He should have done that anyway, no matter what, since they were like, oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. Chain Brandon in red. And then you're actually going to fuse probably the Lubellion, Alibur, and yeah. So, yep. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. I mean, you can just get Lubellion back. And then Lubellion can still attack, of course, because the effect didn't resolve anyway. It's a new copy. So yeah, absolutely insane. This is actually an OTK. Even through Nibiru, I think they were at 4 summons here because they had summoned that last turn. Claritas last turn, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they were at 4 right now. Yep, straight up OTK. Very, very nice. Very clean. Alrighty, next game of match 2. Pretty strong opening from the Swordsoul Tenyi player. So just bait the Ash here, which is okay. They didn't have it anyway. This is really strong rivalry. This is actually Sean's list specifically that he's playing. I don't think there are any... Nothing else was changed besides maybe a Ghost Spell. No, he was playing Ghost Spell in that. So it's a 1-for-1 from Sean's YCS Charlotte list. And it basically works the same way as it does post Albaz. Let's go ahead and see what else it can do. Okay, Moye. Same stuff for 6 months. So yeah, it has the full play because he drew into the Long Yuan. So he's going to get Qingxi Long Yuan. This card's insane versus any adventure variant. And normally this would probably be really good, but here, 6 cards called Token Collector. You're just gonna scoop it up from there. You can't break it. Even with that, probably would have been better with something like Alibur because you could just use Super Poly Fusion, but not a lot they could do there. So like, we'll just go ahead and go to the game 3. Not a good opening at all. Fallen of Albaz and Dasher. It's better to draw Celestial because at least you normal summon it. And if you put it into the graveyard, cool. If you ever draw Celestial or go Branded Fusion later, you can use it for the draw. But this was not good plays either. The Tenyi player did not open well either. They opened a bunch of side deck cards. Don't know why they kept it in Mistaken Arrest. Maybe just for, when they go second. I don't necessarily agree though. Draw Veiler, that's okay. Yeah, and they just want to start doing damage. So Moye, they don't have a Worm in hand, so they're just gonna keep drawing. And draws Alibur. It doesn't matter too much because Mistaken Arrest would matter too. So it's turning off their D barrier for the turn. Doesn't matter though. Probably would have done this one instead. Well, they didn't actually know, so never mind. We know though, that was a good hit. And Taya, okay, Moye, there you go. They're gonna go, okay, so they're gonna keep that on board, they're gonna keep the Veiler, and keep all of that, yep. Lots to play through. Good play, so they can't add now. And the Moye will die. Okay. So they can't use Emergence. Banish. Oh, so they were waiting on Summon to use maybe the Call by here. Let's see, Veiler, okay. Tactics. Draw into Valor and a Shuna. Okay, maybe they'll crash, I think. Okay, yes, they're gonna crash Albaz. This is to play around Brandon Red still. It doesn't do a whole lot because he can still Guardian Chimera, but I think they had to read that they didn't have anything, otherwise they would have maybe left it there. I don't know. I think they almost went twice. Oops. It was late in the evening when they did this thing. So this is the full play. But I think they did almost win twice accidentally, because Taya would have been summoned this turn. Yeah, Taya was summoned this turn. Okay, that's okay. It happens sometimes, you guys will see that. Normally that would have been corrected, but I don't think they caught it. It was like 3 in the morning when they were calling on Discord to play the game. That is a-okay. So that's going to destroy whatever. I think that's going to, yep, that would call by the grave, which is really strong, and then they're just going to have a Roarodon. Here, I feel like I still would have gone Vessel first, but that is okay. Enchantress. Okay. Why didn't they go? That's weird. They should have still summoned the token. And that's where the second Faithful would come up, but I don't think you need that necessarily. Yep. Okay. And then match 3. Here we go. So kind of unfortunate with that last match with the procedural error, playing and normal summoning twice, but that's okay. That happens. Sword Soul is currently 2-0 versus Albaz. Let's go ahead and see what happens next. Really, really strong opening with having Albaz, Brandon Fusion, and Brandon in red. It's good to see. Discard Albaz. Yep. Because you don't need the normal summon here. You just do what you want. Fateful Adventure. Gonna grab you Draco back and go Brandon Fusion into Rebellion. Discard Draco back and add ad libitum. And this plays around Valor because they do have the Brandon red. Add back Thespian Tragedy or Albaz. Or Fallen of Albaz if you really wanted to. Yeah, they're gonna Valor there. And I think they're gonna, yeah, Imperm, and then they're gonna actually chain Brandon red to go ahead and make sure their monster resolves. Probably would have gotten Albaz. No, I actually really. So okay, so they are getting Albaz. Okay. Right there. So they don't get Guardian Chimera's effect, but they do still get Rebellion's effect, and that's still really, really strong. Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade can banish either Guardian Chimera or the Adventure Token. Don't think it really matters. They're going to nib here. I think they're going to chain, yeah, which I think is the correct play to do. I'm going to go ahead and set the Brandon red. And then Adlib can't summon this back because it is a level 8 or... Oh, no, it can. Okay, because it's level 9. Cool, even better. And then the Nibiru token should have been summoned, but they noticed that a little bit. So it didn't matter too much, but Ecclesia's special summon would have come up. Yep. And this is the case for the second Guardian Chimera, because you can banish this. For that Guardian Chimera, you can still fusion summon by banishing the token, and then go ahead and get that and get Mirror Jade back. So they have to play into Nibiru here, kind of, in order to get any of their plays. And they are somewhat forced to go ahead and go from there. Let's see, they should have lost a lot more life points. 1, 2, 600. Should have gotten another 600. Again, late at night. Happens. Bird for 12. Yep. Okay, kill that. And the battle phase is just gonna do that. Okay. I think they just kill that anyway. And then gonna negate. Okay. Yeah, so it didn't really matter for the Swordsoul Tenyi player. If they had it anyway, they would outround them. So we're going to go ahead and see game 2 of match 3. Again, Albaz is currently 1-0 in this match, but 0-2 for all the matches. Pretty strong opening on the Albaz player. Let's see what they have. This is going to come up, Mistaken Arrest, not in this hand specifically, but it's going to come up versus Albaz. This is going to be the cycle play. Forward on. I swear that card's going to get hit soon. Okay, so they were just saying, hey, I wanted to use this when I summon Monk, which 100% fine. It's just playtesting between friends. Okay, and they didn't use a normal summon at all, so they're going to go ahead and go Taya, Banish, Chain Ghost Ogre, which is going to be big, but this is where the Ashuna, the second Ashuna, is going to come up. Because they're actually going to summon... I think they sided out. Normally they do play Shyvana, the blue Tenyi, but I think they sided out because it was game 3, which I think is fine overall. Could have made a level 8 synchro though with that, but passing on this is fine considering. No hand trap does hurt, but the Mistaken Arrest makes up for that. And then this is just absolute gas. So you just literally go probably Branded Opening first, bait anything out. Oh, Branded Fusion. Okay, Western Tragedy. I think they're gonna play right into the Mistaken Arrest. And chain that. Yep, there it is. So you get Mirror Jade, and then you get Fusion Destiny, which honestly, that's usually enough. Just having all that pressure, it's kind of insane. I think he's gonna. Oh yeah, because he thought it was defense. So just destroy that and get the effect. Which Velo is still really good against this deck because of being able to hit Branded in red and Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Probably should have attacked Auroradon first, just to get a little bit more damage in, just 200 extra, but sometimes it does make a difference. Okay. Stuff. Summon. DP should have been back, though. I think they catch that later. Oh, no, they just forgot about DP. I don't know how you could forget that, but I guess it didn't even matter. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, it could have just gone right and then draw 2. You would still have DPE, you would still have protection with Branded Opening. So Albaz takes match number 3. So Swordsoul Tenyi has 2 matches up, and then Albaz has 1 match so far. We're going to go ahead and take a look at another match in just a second. Let's go ahead and see. Alrighty. So we see Albaz is going first. Not a great opening, but the Tenyi player, Swordsoul Tenyi player, only opened Ghost Ogre, which is not very good versus this deck. So even like Ghost Ogre and Albaz, it just doesn't even matter. And Ghost Ogre on something like Lubellion wouldn't matter either. Lubellion's just going to shuffle stuff in the graveyard. Doesn't care. Doesn't care where it is. Good play to see with another Albion the Shrouded Dragon. Again, I think that card is just insane. I need to feature that more. I really like the more control build that plays like the very first stuff and plays Albion and the Branded Lost. So there's for the Retribution play, and you get back the Branded Fusion. End phase, you can go ahead and go Banish. He's not going to go for it though, because he does have the extra material, but I think he'd rather save the Ash for something like Emergence or Ecclesia. He's going to go that. Idhara, some Ecclesia. Okay. I'll do that with Ash. You kind of just have to pass there. Not actually, because he special summoned Ecclesia too. But it's going to be rough. I mean, because you just go Banish, and then what do you do from there? Can't really do anything. And it's just got so much advantage. Even if they had Bell. It's crazy. So I think they're just going to go for an OTK here. The Bellion should be the main phase. That's okay too. Discard Dracobaki. I think they were a little confused on exactly what to do here. And the reason being is because there were a lot of ways to actually OTK through this board. So Branded Red stops the fusion monster summons from attacking directly, but it can still attack monsters. So I think they're going to debate on how best to proceed with the battle phase. We're going to go ahead and skip right to where they figure it out. I think they're going to go into Guardian Chimera. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so they ended up figuring it out. They just went into Guardian Chimera, set the Branded Red, so they got him down to 500. You could have gone into Masquerade, actually, and then they just wouldn't be able to activate anything. Maybe normal summon here. Okay, so they're just going to go into game 2 anyway. Okay. Yep. Swordsoul player is just going to go first. Reveal Taya. The rivalry is really good, just to have that kind of block, so you can, because a lot of the fusions are different types. So Mirror Jade's a worm for some reason. Its tokens from Branded Sword are dragons. Lebellion's a dragon. Masquerade is a fiend. Quiritis is a fiend. Guardian Chimera is a beast. So you can side. There can be only one in Albaz. Against Albaz, you want to side something like Rivalry. It's good. Okay, gets the Longuemine. So it looks like he's going to discard Taya. It's probably going to go for, yeah, Qixing Longuemine. And the reason being is because it's just a hard counter to Adventure. And there really aren't any super poly targets for this. You can go like normal summon Albaz, but I don't think they're really going to be normal summoning it. Because really you just want to fuse with your Despia monsters. So this is still really strong. Rivalry plus Blackout versus a Qixao and Xingqi Longuemine. So even if they were to negate something like this, they still have a bunch of fusion materials. Or fusion spells, rather. I think you go to negate that. I'm going to change Super Poly here. Discard Branded Opening. Okay. Which he's going to use the Qixao and Albaz. So Albaz does get its effect still. And Branded Fusion, which he does have the Ash for it. It happens. So he's thinking about actually banishing this. This is going to take some time to think about, because Quiritis will get its effect to special summon from the deck, which may not matter too much, but you don't really want to waste your Ash on that. He's going to go ahead and go from there. Then they're going to think about it for a little while to see if they want to chain to this rivalry. So he's actually going to chain the attack reduction effect. So that actually puts Qixing Longuemine to 0, which at this point, I don't know if I would have. Probably would have banished it still and taken the chance, because you can't really get anything off that unless he had the read that he had Branded in red. So he's just going to attack directly. And guess what? Blackout can't activate because he doesn't control 2 or more cards. Kind of crazy. He should have gone... Okay, so he couldn't go for the DPE because of Rivalry, which again, really, really strong. Does not get a very good draw though. He just has... Vishuda. I feel like he should have gone. I can't even say he should have gone for Blackout. It's just not good enough. Okay. Branded Red. Probably should have still chained Blackout here to force him to maybe apply the fusion, but really not a whole lot of great plays from there. Gonna go for Masquerade, okay. And just pass from there. Alright. So this is where the Upstart effect of Albion comes up, and this is why I want to play 3. You just foolish your Branded Retribution from the deck, get an Upstart. Conflicts with Prosperity, but that's 100% okay, because you can play a lot of +1s. You just get Rite of Aramsir. Doesn't really help here because he has Rivalry. But if you had an Albaz up, you could still summon your token, because for some reason the Rite of Aramasir token is a fairy. I don't know why. That's another case where there can be only one. There can only be one in this deck. There could be only one, whatever. Because you play mostly mono, or mostly a range of different types of monsters. Shouldn't have set this quite yet. Should have mixed it up, but that's okay. Another Vishuda. So if Rivalry weren't on the field, it would be a little bit different, being able to go Baron to floor. Because he has the Rivalry, it's actually hurting him more right now. So does it pay 600? It does. Looks like he doesn't have a target graveyard. Okay. So you banish them. That's okay. Gets a crazy good Fusion Destiny met with Ash, and then this goes Brandon Red. There you go. Absolutely insane. So Albaz is 2 for 2. Sword Soul, of course, 2 for 2 as well. So that is going to be the 4th match. I don't think we're going to do the 5th match today. We're going to save that maybe for a little exhibition later. Kind of depends on, you know, if the Sword Soul player opens well or if they don't open well. Depends, of course, on if the Albaz player opens well or doesn't open well. There are a lot of different ways to interact with each of the boards with these decks. Just wanted to kind of showcase, you know, what was going on there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below regarding which deck you think is better for this format. I'm a huge Worm fan. Yang Zing is one of my favorite decks ever. I absolutely love Sword Soul. I love SwordSoul Tenyi. I also love the Albaz play style, being able to chain the fusions. I'm really mixed on which one I think would be the better deck. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This is Eric with OzoneTCG. We'll see you guys in the next one.